whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong, whether I find a place in this world or never belong. I gotta be me, I gotta be me. What else can I be but what I am? I wanna live, not merely survive, and I won't give up this dream of life that keeps me alive. I gotta be me, I gotta be me. This dream that I see makes me what I am.
I gotta be me. What else can I be? And remember what they used to say? Who else can I be? Everyone else is taken, right? So we have to be ourselves. Last Sunday, Kathy was here and she talked about us being the light. Well, taking off on that, today's talk is the soul's purpose. It opens up a whole area, doesn't it? And we had discussion in the office. Should it be my soul's purpose or should it be the soul's purpose? So think about the difference in that. Notice the difference if I say my, and notice how it opens up if I say the. When I was in my early 20s, I already had 2 children, 13 months apart. I remember sitting in my backyard, and I remember tears coming down my face as I asked the question, why am I here? You all know that question? Yeah. Why am I here? What's it all about? Why are the trees there? Why is the grass there? Why is the sky there? And it just keeps going, but why am I here? So now, after many, many, many years on a spiritual journey, what I realize that it wasn't me, the personal me, asking that question. It was my soul asking that question. You have that feeling inside of you that there's something in there that needs to be filled, and that there's this yearning, this desire. And what do? I look out here trying to find something to fill it. Trying to buy things, have relationships, go places to fill that space. But we're talking about the soul. We're not talking about the human body. Neuropsychiatrist Dan Siegel is the author of several books on how a child's brain is wired. It's the latest neuroscience research on the wiring of a child's brain. And he's written many books. Some of them are The Developing Mind, The Whole Brain, The Yes Brain. I love The Yes Brain. But what he tells us is there may never have been a more challenging time to raise a child than now. So our youth today are experiencing more meltdowns, more outbursts, depression, suicide tendencies. They live in a time of uncertainty, and they have a fear that they have no control over their safety. So Wednesday, at 10 a.m. across this country, there were students, tens of thousands of students participated in a national school walkout. We're going to have some pictures rolling behind me as I talk. And this was done to raise awareness throughout our country of the issues of school safety. And these walkouts were 17 minutes to represent each of the victims at the Parkland, Florida school. And so Kayla, who does our sound, who's my granddaughter, goes to Edgewood School here in Merritt Island. And the school sent out this email to the parents. As you may know, there is a national walkout scheduled for March 14th at 10 a.m. to support the community of Douglas High School. Edgewood will support its students so that they have a voice during this very difficult time. You know, we're honoring our kids by doing this. The walkout is completely student-led, but administration has been working with the Student Government Association to ensure that students who choose to participate are safe and the event is peaceful. Kayla said most of the kids participated, but some didn't. It was their choice. Students will walk the campus and then we'll have an opportunity to sign a banner that we will send. You have the banner up there, Dan? Yeah. This is Edgewood back here. This banner goes to Douglas High School. Thereafter, students will report to their class. Please know that students may or may not choose to participate. So the students met at the flagpole, and then they filled the track area. And as they did, a helicopter circled above, and 2 deputies were on duty. And I said to Kayla, 2 deputies? And she said, well, there's always a deputy on duty. That's normal. Was that normal when you were in school? And then she added, but Douglas had a deputy on duty too. And then we talked about the fencing that's been erected around Edgewood School right here in Merritt Island. And Kayla said it's like a prison. There's fences inside of fences. But even so, kids can climb over those fences. Even so, there's precautions. Anyone can wander onto the campus. And just last week, there was police activity in the apartments next to the school, and the school went down in lockdown. They closed their gates. Parents were texting to see if their kids were... Can you remember when you were in school? You know, and I don't usually bring this into church, but this awareness of our children. And here's what Kayla said. There's always a sense of being aware of potential danger. If a fire alarm is pulled, if the teacher hasn't been notified, the students are not allowed to leave the room unless it comes over the loudspeaker that there's an actual fire. I don't know about you guys, but I never had to think about this stuff in school. There's a saying, things that make people and rivers crooked is always following the path of least resistance. It's easy to go around things. It's easy to wander. But for one day in this country, our students commanded the country's awareness. They had, with their tweets, with their Snapchats, and the principals and superintendents didn't stop them. Parents and teachers joined them. In fact, in D.C., members of Congress walked out and joined the students. Our youth are taking a stand. They're not following the path of least resistance. Some of these kids aren't even old enough to drive, and yet they're becoming a force of change, aren't they? So what does this all have to do with a Sunday talk? Matthew 5:14-16. You are the light of the world. Can I own that? Can I be that? No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under the bushel basket, but on the lampstand, and it gives light to all in the house. So during Jesus' time, there were community rooms. You all slept in the same room. Each family had their own light. And if each family put their light on the basket, guess what? The whole room was lit up, right? In the same way, let your light shine before others so that they may see your good works. Am I ready to let my light shine? Am I ready to let my soul come out and do what it's meant to come here to do? What is our soul's purpose? It's to let that light shine, to light the darkness. Our youth are putting their lamps on the lampstand, and they're giving off light for everyone to see. When I was at the Posic Music Fest a few weeks ago, I heard this song. The song had a huge effect on me. It said, I know who you really are. I see it in your eyes. I know who you're here to be, a light for the world to see. Take a moment and just turn to a person next to you and look at them. Look in their eyes and say to them, I know who you really are. Yeah. And the laughter and that moment of sharing, right? When this song was sung to me, I experienced something I had never experienced before. I felt all of me open. I felt the inside of me move out. I felt for the first time in my life, my soul was completely out front. And I was not only seeing beyond the veil, but I was being beyond the veil. And then I was able to bring that into walking in my daily life. I was able to let that be part of me and not hide my soul anymore. There's a story I found, true story I found about a coal miner who hated his job. And so someone suggested that he view his job as if he were a writer. So for 6 months, he'd go down into the mine, and he'd look at it as though he were a writer. And he said every time he went in, it was a spiritual experience. Even though it was dark, it was as if the earth stretched and groaned. He said, and when the dust fell around him, it was like stars falling from the sky. See, he was seeing it differently, wasn't he? And then he said, God became so real, it was as if I could hear the voice of God. And that moment that I step out of how I've been seeing my world, the moment I step back and see it from a bigger perspective, see it from different eyes. The man continued working as a miner, but he had attitude. His outlook changed. He no longer continued to hate his life. He found joy in it. He found peace in it. Our soul's purpose is not to be imprisoned by labels of who we are, by the definitions of our jobs. We came here to be the light, to bring the light, even in the darkness of a coal mine. When I can get my ego out of the way, my authentic self, my soul rises up. It comes forward from the core of our being. That core of your being, you can feel that place, right? That's where your soul is. So what do you have to get out of the way so that it comes forward? I know who you are. I can see it in your eyes. Start looking at people that way. When I can do that, there's this rawness that comes from us. It's an unhindered expression of the divine within us that comes out. Because all of a sudden the filters are gone. All of a sudden who I think I'm supposed to be, how I think I'm supposed to act, falls away. And I step into the power of who I am. And you all know this one, Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. You all know this one. So it's time to break the habit of hiding our power, of hiding our soul. Carl Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. I see who you really are. I see it in your eyes. Just as our fingerprints are unique, so is our soul. Right? No one has fingerprints like I do. No two snowflakes are alike. No two raindrops are alike. No two souls are alike. What does that feel like? How unique you are. No one has your soul's unique, God-given combination of talents, ideas, or spiritual gifts. Do you know that? Take a breath. Take a breath. Feel who you really are. Know who you are. Connect with that soul inside you. Within us, within you, there is an inner life waiting to be known. There are secrets upon secrets about waiting to be discovered, to be solved, hidden depths to be explored, hidden beauty to be discovered. Breathe. Know that's you. Know that's who you are. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross said this: people are like stained glass windows. They sparkle and shine when the sun is out. But when the darkness sets in, their true beauty is revealed only if there is a light from within. Your true beauty is there. That's the light within you. And so it's time to move beyond our automatic pilot. right? And rise above our brain's automatic operation. Get out of that habit thinking. Rise above the comparisons, the labels, the definitions. It's time to reveal your light. Henry Miller said, one's destination is never a place, but rather a new way of looking at things. So I don't have to go to some distant land or take some great vacation. I don't have to climb a mountaintop and sit at the feet of some guru. I don't have to do any of those things to find my soul's purpose. I just have to look in someone else's eyes and say, I see who you really are. I see who you really are, Billy. The whole point of this life's journey is to make it an adventure. Have you ever noticed? I have, that I'm so drawn to adventurous people. Well, look at all those adventure reality shows that everyone watches. Why? Right? Because we get to sit on our couch and do nothing, but when we watch these things, we're drawn into them. Don't be a run-of-the-mill person, because you're not. Don't follow the path of least resistance. Stop today, because every day can be a new beginning. Just like a kid gets up, they're happy about the day. Remember that when you were a kid? We can do that. We can live our life like that. It can be a new beginning in which God is so real that we walk around hearing God's voice. Now, it may not be an actual voice, but it'll be a feeling, guys. It'll be a knowing that comes through you. It'll be an awareness. It'll be a joy. Start viewing your life as though you were writing about it. Try that for one day. Walk through your day and just notice. Make believe you're writing a book about it. Our soul's purpose is to make the most of this journey, just like our youth. We can each be a point of light that draws other points of light. So this week, each day, as you before you close your eyes, ask yourself, is someone happier because I passed their way today? Is someone happier because I passed their way today? Is a heart rejoicing because of what I said or did? Take a little survey. Does someone whose hope was fading now have the courage to look ahead? We've talked about this kindness so often. Moments of kindness throughout the day. The big one. Did I live from my authentic self today? Did I live from my authentic self a minute ago? What does it take to live from my authentic self? I have to let those walls down. I have to know that there is a power so big inside me that it can't be hurt, it can't be touched, and that it gets brighter and brighter. And that person that I think might be hurting me, when my light is that big, what happens? Their light starts to come out little by little. I become the point of light that draws other lights. At the end of the day this week, ask yourself, did I allow God's light to express through me? Because, folks, that is our soul's purpose. God bless you.